Have you ever paused for a moment and truly appreciated what your body and mind can still do right here, right now? In this season of life, aging is not just about counting the years, but about honoring the quiet strength that carries you through each day. For many, the 70s and 80s can bring challenges, slower steps, fading energy, or moments when the world feels just a little harder to keep up with. And yet, some people still shine with a quiet brilliance, holding on to abilities that others may have long let go of. If you're watching this and thinking, I still do that, or that sounds like me, then you may be one of those rare individuals who are not just growing older, but growing stronger in spirit. In the next few minutes, we'll explore 8 simple yet powerful signs that quietly reveal just how exceptional you truly are. So stay with us. This journey might help you see yourself in a whole new light. Number 1, walking without support. If you are over 70 and can still walk confidently without needing a cane, a walker, or someone's arm to steady you, pause for a moment and recognize what a quiet miracle that truly is. We often overlook this ability because it seems so ordinary, but it's not. It's extraordinary. Picture Mr. Harold, a retired postman who just turned 78. Every morning, without fail, he laces up his shoes, grabs his well-worn cap, and strolls down the quiet, tree-lined street in his neighborhood. Sometimes he picks up a newspaper, sometimes he waves at kids waiting for the school bus, but what matters most is that he's walking on his own. No support, no struggle, just steady steps that speak volumes about his strength. Walking without assistance isn't just a matter of luck or good genes. It means your legs still carry the strength to move you, your brain still sends signals with clarity, and your joints, though older, still respond with enough flexibility to balance your every step. It means that all the systems in your body, your heart pumping blood, your nerves coordinating movement, your muscles firing in rhythm are still working together in beautiful harmony. That's rare. That's precious. You might only be walking to the mailbox or around the kitchen as the coffee brews, but every one of those steps is a testament to your vitality. In a world where many people your age have already lost mobility and rely on devices or help just to get from one room to the next, your independent stride is a quiet rebellion against the limits of age. And that matters. Of course, you've probably had your share of aches, some swelling in the knees, maybe even a scare or two after a dizzy spell. But you kept going. You stretched when it hurt. You moved when it would have been easier to sit. You listened to your body, and in return, it still carries you. If this is still part of your daily life, celebrate it. Keep nurturing it. Strengthen it with short walks outside, light leg exercises, and balance training. Even simple things like rising slowly from a chair without holding on to anything are signs that your body still holds remarkable resilience. You are not just surviving, you are moving through the world with dignity and self-reliance. So if you can still walk unassisted at this age, you are more than just fortunate. You are a rare gem, a quiet inspiration, a walking example of what it means to grow older without giving in. Number 2, remembering names, dates, and daily tasks. If you're between 70 and 80 and still find yourself effortlessly recalling your grandchildren's birthdays, your doctor's appointments, or even what you had for lunch yesterday, don't take that lightly. That kind of clarity is a gift. In a world where many people your age are starting to misplace not just their keys, but also moments, memories, and names, your sharp mind stands as a shining example of resilience. Let me tell you about Margaret. She's 76, lives alone, and has a calendar pinned to her kitchen wall, not because she forgets things, but because she likes to see the flow of her days. Her neighbor once joked, "You've got a better memory than I do, and I'm 45. Margaret chuckled and said, "Maybe it's all the crossword puzzles, or maybe it's just because I still care." And that's the quiet truth. The ability to remember isn't just a function of biology, it's also deeply tied to how engaged we remain with life. When you can still remember the names of your old classmates, the exact spot you left your glasses, or the recipe you used to make your famous Sunday stew, it's a sign that your mind is not only active, but thriving. That kind of cognitive vitality speaks of a brain that hasn't given up, that still fires with curiosity and attention, and it shows in small ways that make a big difference, like being able to track your medications without someone checking in on you, or remembering the directions to your favorite cafe without a GPS. This doesn't mean you're immune to the natural changes of aging. There may be moments when you walk into a room and forget why, or when a word sits on the tip of your tongue longer than it used to, but those occasional slips are normal. What matters is that your memory still serves you more than it surprises you, and that gives you something invaluable: independence. You don't rely on sticky notes all over the fridge. You don't need to be reminded who someone is at a family gathering. You are present, you are aware, you are still driving your own life, with both hands on the wheel. So if you can still remember the details, the names, the dates, the tasks that keep life running smoothly, then you, my friend, are rare. In a time when many minds begin to drift, yours is still anchoring you with strength and clarity. Celebrate that, nurture it, and let it remind you, each day, just how remarkable you truly are. Number 3, cooking and preparing your own meals. If you're in your 70s or 80s and still find joy in preparing your own meals, from slicing tomatoes to stirring a simmering pot on the stove, you're doing something far more powerful than you might realize. Cooking isn't just about food, it's about presence, ability, and independence. It's a quiet declaration that your body and mind are still working together in harmony. Take Mrs. Eleanor, for example. She's 79, lives in a small home with a cheerful kitchen that always smells of cinnamon or garlic depending on the day. Every evening, she makes herself a fresh meal. It's not always fancy. Sometimes it's just vegetable soup or scrambled eggs with toast, but it's hers. She plans the meals, shops for ingredients, remembers which herbs go where, and always insists on washing the dishes by hand. It keeps me moving, she says, and I like knowing exactly what's in my food. Cooking requires more than just ingredients. It asks for balance while standing, strength in the arms and fingers, coordination, sequencing, and even good memory. Chopping onions, turning knobs on the stove, seasoning to taste all of it, signals that your body is still agile, your senses are alert, and your brain remains focused. You're not just nourishing your body, you're proving daily that you're capable of caring for yourself in one of the most essential ways. Many older adults reach a point where they begin to rely more on convenience foods or outside help for meals, not because they want to, but because the energy or memory required feels just out of reach. That's why, if you're still preparing your own food, it's worth celebrating. It means your hands still listen to your mind. It means your judgment is sound, your mobility intact, and your spirit engaged. There's something beautifully human about choosing your ingredients, standing in your kitchen, and preparing something warm and nourishing just for yourself. It's a ritual of care, of love, of dignity. Whether it's a full-course dinner or a simple bowl of oatmeal made just right, the act of cooking keeps you connected to tradition, to memory, and to the rhythm of your days. So if you're still cooking, still setting your table with intention, still tasting and adjusting, you are part of a rare and special group. You are not just feeding your body, you are feeding your independence, one meal at a time, and that is something truly extraordinary. Number 4, managing your own finances. If you're in your 70s or 80s and still managing your own finances, keeping track of your bank account, paying bills on time, balancing your budget, or even navigating online banking, then you are doing something many people quietly struggle with, even at much younger ages. Handling money is about far more than numbers. It's a reflection of your independence, your clarity of thought, and your steady judgment. Let's think about Mr. Howard, a retired railroad technician, now 81 son, who still sits down every Saturday morning with a cup of black coffee and his well-worn notebook to review his expenses. He has no fancy apps or spreadsheets, just a pencil, his monthly statement, and a clear mind. It keeps me sharp, he says, and I like knowing where every dollar is going. That way, I don't feel like life is slipping out of my hands. The truth is, financial independence is often one of the first things older adults begin to lose, not because they lack discipline, but because cognitive changes can quietly sneak in. Forgetting a payment, missing a deposit, or falling for a scam can be subtle signs that something deeper is shifting. That's why, if you're still paying your bills with confidence, budgeting your groceries, or checking your balance before making a purchase, it means your brain is still working with impressive precision. Think about everything financial management requires: memory, logic, attention to detail, emotional regulation, and planning. These are high-level functions that involve various areas of the brain working together. So when you make a smart spending choice, double-check a transaction, or avoid an unnecessary expense. You're exercising your mental muscles in ways that keep them strong. Even if you're not comfortable with online banking or technology, simply maintaining control over your personal finances, whether by writing checks, organizing bills in a folder, or reviewing statements with a calculator, signals autonomy and mental resilience. It means you're still calling the shots in your own life, and that's something to be deeply proud of. So if you're still the one balancing your checkbook, deciding how to stretch your pension, or comparing prices at the grocery store, take a moment to appreciate that you are not just being responsible. You are demonstrating a rare strength that too many overlook. In a world that often underestimates the elderly, your ability to manage your money is a quiet but powerful reminder you still have clarity, capability, and control that makes you truly exceptional. Number 5, standing up from a chair without using your hands. It may seem like such a small thing, standing up from a chair without pushing off with your hands, but if you're in your 70s or 80s and can still do it with ease, it's actually a powerful sign of your strength and vitality. That simple motion speaks volumes about the health of your legs, your core, and even your overall mobility. And more importantly, it's a quiet reminder that your body still has your back. Let's picture Mr. Bernard, 75, who still begins his mornings the same way he did 30 years ago. He brews a cup of tea, settles into his favorite wooden chair by the window, watches the sunrise, and then with one steady breath, rises smoothly without touching the armrests. He doesn't think much of it, but his daughter, visiting one weekend, noticed, "Dad, do you know how many people your age can't do that anymore?" she asked, half in awe, half in concern. He chuckled and replied, "I never gave it much thought. It just means these old legs still believe in me." That ability, though humble, reflects the strength of your quadriceps, the stability of your hips, and the balance in your core. And all of those are essential not just for standing, but for walking, dressing, bathing, living. Once standing up becomes a struggle, a ripple effect begins. Movements slow down, confidence fades, the fear of falling starts to grow quietly in the background. But if you can still do it, still rise from a chair without assistance, still get up after tying your shoes, still stand tall when someone calls your name, it means your independence is holding strong. It means you're not just growing older, you're doing it on your own 2 feet, with grace and resilience. And here's the beautiful part, this ability can be preserved. A few minutes of daily leg exercises, like slow squats or heel raises at the kitchen counter, can help keep that strength alive. Staying active in small ways, walking, gardening, even stretching while watching TV keeps your muscles engaged and your body responsive. So the next time you rise from your chair without thinking, pause and give yourself a silent nod. That strength isn't just in your legs, it's in your spirit, your consistency, your will to keep moving forward. You are part of a rare group, and your body is reminding you every day, I'm still here, and we're still going strong. Number 6, reading without straining or magnifiers. And if you're in your 70s or 80s and can still pick up a newspaper, flip through a favorite book, or glance at a restaurant menu without squinting or reaching for a magnifying glass, then you're carrying a quiet superpower. Good vision at this age is far from common. It's a rare grace that allows you to stay connected, independent, and fully engaged with the world around you. Imagine Mrs. Ruth, 78 years old, sitting by her window each afternoon with her knitting on one side and a mystery novel on the other. She doesn't need special glasses, no oversized text, just the afternoon light and a pair of regular reading lenses she's had for years. Her grandson once asked her, "Grandma, how can you still read all that small print?" She smiled and replied, "Maybe it's because I never stopped reading. My eyes know it's still their favorite job." As we age, it's natural for our eyesight to change. Most people begin to struggle with presbyopia, cataracts, or even more serious conditions like macular degeneration. So if your eyes are still allowing you to follow a recipe, read the fine print on a medication bottle, or enjoy the delicate stitching of your sewing project, then you're not just lucky, you're thriving in a way that many envy. Clear vision at this stage in life is about more than just seeing letters on a page. It means freedom. It means being able to enjoy hobbies you love without limitation. It means not having to rely on others to read instructions or help navigate unfamiliar places. It means preserving the small rituals that keep your mind sharp and your heart connected to joy, reading bedtime stories to a grandchild, writing handwritten notes, or spending quiet hours absorbed in your favorite novel. This ability also reflects how well your overall health has been cared for. Vision is closely tied to circulation, diet, and lifestyle. It's a sign that your system from your eyes to your brain is still functioning in beautiful coordination. So if you can still read with ease, cherish that gift. Don't take it for granted. Let it remind you of how much life you're still able to fully experience. Whether it's the morning paper, a letter from an old friend, or the price tags at the grocery store, every word you see clearly is a small victory. And every time you turn a page without strain, you prove once again that you are, without question, a rare gem. Number 7, participating in conversations easily. If you're in your 70s or 80s and still find yourself diving into conversations with ease, hearing clearly, following the flow, responding with humor or insight, then you are holding on to one of the most powerful gifts of aging connection. Being able to join in without constantly asking, "What was that?" or losing track of the topic is no small thing. It's a beautiful blend of healthy hearing, mental sharpness, and emotional presence. Think of Mr. Allen, 80 years old, who still joins his friends every morning at the local diner. He doesn't just sit quietly at the end of the booth. He listens, laughs, adds his thoughts, even tells the occasional joke that gets the whole table chuckling. One of his friends once said, "When Alan's not here, the conversation feels incomplete." That's what true engagement looks like, being present in both mind and spirit. The ability to carry a conversation isn't just about hearing, it's also about processing, understanding, and responding in real time. It means your brain is keeping pace, your emotions are tuned in, and your sense of connection is alive and well. Sadly, many older adults begin to drift into isolation, not because they want to, but because their hearing fades or it becomes harder to follow fast-moving dialogue. They withdraw, not out of choice, but out of quiet frustration. But if you're still catching the punchlines, remembering names, and joining in on stories without missing a beat, it shows that you're still actively participating in the rhythm of life. Conversations are more than just words, they're how we stay seen, heard, and valued. They keep us emotionally nourished and socially connected. And that kind of vitality can't be overstated. Your presence in a conversation means more than you know. Whether you're reminiscing with old friends, helping a grandchild with homework, or simply chatting with a neighbor over coffee, you are shaping moments that linger. You are staying relevant, engaged, and deeply human. So if you still feel comfortable in a group, still find joy in exchanging thoughts, and still listen, not just with your ears, but with your heart, you are holding on to something incredibly special. It's not just a sign of good hearing or a sharp mind. It's a testament to the vibrant soul within you that still loves to connect, to share, and to belong. And that, in every sense of the word, makes you a rare gem. Number 8, maintaining a positive, curious attitude. If you're in your 70s or 80s and still find yourself wondering how things work, asking questions, trying out a new recipe, or learning something on your own just because it sparks your interest, that's not just a pleasant personality trait. That's a powerful sign of emotional vitality and mental youthfulness. In a world that often tells us to slow down with age, your curiosity is proof that your spirit hasn't listened. Take Mrs. Louise, 77, who recently signed up for a community pottery class not because she wanted to become an artist, but because she had never touched a clay wheel before. "Why not?" she said with a smile. "There's still time to surprise myself." That attitude, that hunger to explore, to grow, to laugh at your mistakes and keep going anyway. That's the kind of mindset that keeps people young, far beyond their years. It's easy, as we age, to fall into routines and shrink our world. But staying curious keeps the heart open. It keeps the brain active. It invites joy. Whether it's reading about a country you've never visited, asking your grandchildren about the latest music, or simply tending to a new plant in your windowsill, every little act of wonder adds color to your days. And let's not forget the power of positivity. A kind word to yourself in the mirror, a smile even when your joints ache, hope even after loss. These aren't just feel-good ideas, they're survival tools. Research has shown that people who maintain an optimistic outlook tend to live longer, recover faster from illness, and enjoy deeper relationships. But beyond science, The truth is, simple joy keeps us moving forward. The beauty of a curious, positive mind is that it doesn't depend on age. You don't need to climb a mountain or solve a crossword in record time. You just need to keep asking, keep smiling, keep wondering what tomorrow might bring. That spark, that light inside, is one of the rarest and most precious qualities in later life. So if you still wake up with interest in the world around you, still see beauty in small things, still feel excited by learning, or hopeful about what's ahead, know this: you are carrying something truly special. You haven't just added years to your life, you've added life to your years. And that makes you not only rare, but radiant. If you still have the strength, clarity, and spirit to do even a few of these 8 things, take a quiet moment to appreciate just how far you've come. And if you can do them all, you're more than lucky. You are a rare gem, quietly shining in a world that often overlooks the quiet resilience of age. You are living proof that growing older doesn't mean fading. It means evolving, deepening, and rising in ways that truly matter. We'd love to hear from you. Just drop a quick "still shining" in the comments if this message resonates with you. And if this video inspired you, consider subscribing so we can continue walking this journey together, one meaningful step at a time. There's so much more ahead to explore, to reflect on, and to celebrate. So until the next video, take good care of your mind, your body, and that incredible spirit of yours. Keep shining. You're not done inspiring us yet.